Hello friends, Demajen here with another Metroidvania map announcement. This one is for the recently released Kickstarter funded 9 Years of Shadows, a short but generally quite sweet Metroidvania with plenty to explore, loads of things to find, some odd niggles in terms of controls and combat, but a fairly decent map with plenty of stuff on it. Let's just take a quick zoom in here. This is the opening area of the game. You can even see that I've got the game start marked on there, as I tend to do. The main gimmick in 9 Years of Shadows is that you can pick up different armor sets which you can swap between, like elemental weapons essentially, and therefore there are a load of locked doors with coloured borders in this particular case. So a yellow bordered door means that there's a yellow switch nearby, red bordered door, red switch nearby, purple bordered door, purple switch nearby. There are also some that have got kind of rainbow hues. This one, for example, has got a red and blue because you need a red and a blue switch nearby. This one's got 4 different colours, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. It's a generally decent game to explore with lots of different powers in order to make your way around, and some of the things you can interact with powers wise I've actually marked on the map. I haven't marked every single instance of that. For example, these are little kind of fire updrafts that you can hover on using the Phoenix form. I haven't marked every single one of those on. I've just marked ones that are pertinent to making progress. Likewise, once you get the Olympus Strike, which allows you to pogo off things, I've marked just a handful of those on where it's actually needed to make progress. We've got breakable walls marked on there. We've got lore objects marked on there. We've got boss doors and bosses and mini-bosses marked on there. I've also noted which quest the mini-bosses are targets for, because each NPC musician that you can find has an associated quest which gives you a reward. We've got all of the abilities. The game itself marks in some watery areas, although I can't say it does a great job. The actual in-game map also has some weird overlay issues where the kind of background colours for various rooms overlays the borders as opposed to going behind that. So I fixed. There's at least 3 places where for some reason there is either a gap on the map in game that just doesn't seem to exist in the world, or there's no gap in game where there's a door and it should be, and I've added those back in. I've also added a final boss room in because he doesn't have one in game, and this room here is actually massive on the in-game map, which is really weird because it's actually a teeny tiny area. Maybe it was more originally, I don't know, so I've kind of fiddled with that. There were a few places where things didn't line up quite right that I fixed them. A few things that I've just clarified just for my own peace of mind and to make things look better. The in-game legend says that poison areas and hot areas are supposed to be marked on the map. They're not. I don't know whether they were supposed to be and they ran out of time or what. There's also this water area here which isn't watery in game at all. One of the key mechanics in the game once you get the green Gaia armor is the serpent form, and you can find little kind of serpent holes that you can go into. I've marked one of them on here because it took me ages to find it because I was being dumb and you couldn't get to the musician without it. I haven't marked the others on. I'm probably going to add some in. For example, getting into this area here requires traveling via one of these serpent holes. But they're quite complicated in terms of, they loop all over the place, and that would take a long time to actually do. But everything else that I could think of, including where you get the maps, are on here. Breakable walls, lore objects, generators with the different colours. everything that I could think of that helped me make progress. I wrote a load of notes on this as I was going originally, and I've taken most of those off, except in a couple of places for clarity. There are certain powers which allow you to toggle switches, etc, etc. I haven't marked on every single switch. In fact, I've not marked on any of the switches. The game isn't super challenging, so I've kind of left it to your own devices for that, because otherwise this map would get incredibly cluttered if I marked on every single switch. If there is anything though that you think is missing or that could do with being marked on, let me know. This is all based on a single playthrough of the game. So if there are multiple endings or anything that I've missed, for example, what is this room for? Is it just for Kickstarter backers? I don't know. Look for the notes, etc, etc. By now, most of you who know what I do and how I make my maps, you know what's on here. I hope you enjoy. There are 2 versions of the map available as per usual. There's a reasonable quality, reasonable size version available for free in my Google Drive, link in the description and a pinned comment if I remember to leave one below. There's also a higher quality, super scale version of it available in my coffee.com shop. Pay what you want, £1 minimum, out of which I get about 60 pence after PayPal and coffee fees. Stripe also available for payment there, but I think I get even less from Stripe payments because of the chargebacks on that. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you think of the map. Any questions, any help needed, as always, let me know down in the comments and I will try and get round to them as and when. And I will catch you all in the next video. Have yourselves a fabulous day, folks. Stay safe. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.